Welcome back to my channel Duct Tape Mechanic and to another episode of my series Free on Facebook, which is a series of videos in which I find things for free and I show you how to repair them, repurpose them, or reuse them in another manner. In this video, I'm going to show you how to calibrate and reset a Kenmore or Whirlpool brand washing machine. So if you find this video to be helpful, make sure you subscribe to my channel for more DIY and tinkering videos. This video is going to be applicable to any sort of Kenmore, Whirlpool, Amana, Maytag, or Admiral washing machine that has these 6 lights followed by a pause play button. These are all pretty much the same washing machine that are all made by Whirlpool. So in this video I'm going to cover how to calibrate and reset these washing machines. Now before I show you how to do that, you may be wondering why you would need to do such a thing. Well, first thing is recommended that after you've replaced any sort of major component such as the shifter, any of the motor drive components, the basket drive components, or even the suspension rods, it is recommended that you do a calibration afterwards. Now, doing a calibration won't just magically solve any of these issues. It's just to optimize how the machine works. Now, I have gotten, I've had a fair amount of success, diagnosing and replacing these components and not calibrating the machine, and it still works fine. But occasionally, you'll have a machine that will run suboptimally. For example, you'll notice that you just replaced a new drain pump, or if you have a machine that's doesn't appear to have any sort of drain clog issues and the pump is good but it's still not draining completely, that's when a calibration or a reset may be beneficial. And it's an easy process, so it's something that you could just do prior if you see that the machine is doing something funny, like not draining properly, or if it's skipping, if it's just not staying long enough in a cycle where it goes to the rinse cycle and 5 seconds later it goes to spin, so if it's doing something funny with the cycles, just go ahead and try to do a recalibration. If it solves the issue, if it's that's fine, but don't expect it to magically solve every issue that's out there. So let's get to it. Alright, so if you're wondering, on this particular model, it wouldn't advance past the fill/sensing cycle. And I went into the fault code mode and it was saying that the mode shifter is bad. So I just replaced that. So I'm gonna go through the calibration procedure. The first thing you need to do is make sure that there's nothing in the basket. So that's taken care of here, and the lid is down. I'm just gonna go ahead and bypass the lid just so I can take a look at, because I'm still actually diagnosing everything, and I like to watch it as it washes clothes, but this will also allow me to watch what's going on during the calibration process as well. So basically, when I close the lid, I'm just going to bypass it by taking off the striker and putting it into there. I only recommend doing that for testing and diagnostic purposes only, as this is a safety issue. Alright, so after you've verified that there's nothing in the basket, you've got the lid down, we're going to put this into diagnostic mode first and then into calibration. So it's not that as difficult as it sounds, but first we're going to be doing 3 clicks in the clockwise direction, 1 click in the counterclockwise direction, and then 1 click back clockwise. And that's what this looks like. There's about a second or so pause in between each click. So 1, 2, 3, back, forward, and there we go. We are in diagnostic mode. So there was 3 clicks in the clockwise direction, 1 click counterclockwise, then 1 click back clockwise. And you'll know that you're in diagnostic mode when all of these lights start blinking, except for the lid lock light. Once we're there, we're just going to go clockwise until just the light above the rinse is on, and that's it. Now what we got to do after that is just hit the start button right here, and that should start the calibration sequence. It's going to go through a couple of different things, which turns on various components and goes back and forth, moving the basket around, turning on the pump, and it's going through it now. And yeah, as you can tell, it's running the drain pump right now. It's going to do a series of various tests, so don't worry if it takes 2 to 4 minutes. So I've come back. It's been about a minute or so since I hit the start of the calibration, and first it did it ran the drain pump for a while. Now it looks like it's spinning the basket. I think it'll probably agitate as well, but like I said, you won't be able to see this because your lid lock will be locked. Looks like it's also turning on the valves. So the water just came in, but it should just open up the lid by itself. Like, that's the nice part about bypassing it. You can actually see what's going on. Right now the lid lock light is blinking, and I believe when it gets done it should just turn off. There we go. It just clicked, and yes, we're going to pretend our lid lock is unlocked, and that's it. That's how you calibrate and factory reset your washing machine, and this is recommended after you replace some of the major components, and it's also recommended if you noticed your washing machine is doing funny things such as cutting short cycles or not draining properly. So if you find this video to be helpful, make sure you hit the thumbs up sign for more DIY and tinkering videos.